I'm Tim, welcome to our channel and thanks for logging on. Today we're discussing the Audemars Piguet Jules Audemars Automatic. This watch, 39mm in brushed and polished 18-karat white gold, can be seen and purchased on our website. And subscribe to our YouTube channel if you enjoy these videos. Also, click on the card in the upper right hand corner of the screen at any time during this video to see our full sales listing for this watch, with additional accessories included, high resolution images, and naturally complete pricing details for this Audemars Piguet white gold automatic. Now, the timepiece on my wrist is the perfect answer to the question, if I could just have one watch, what would it be? Let's be honest with ourselves. For the most part, we don't need a luxury watch to go diving, spelunking. We're not professional aviators from the 1950s dependent on mechanical timepieces for navigation. What we are, for the most part, are urban gentlemen working in office environments, high and dry, in climate-controlled comfort. And that being the case, this is my answer to the question, if I could have just one, or if I wanted one to be the one and only, what would it be? This. 39mm in 18-karat white gold, that's across the case from 9 to 3, not inclusive of the crown. It's also delightfully slim, only 10mm thick. You can see with the sloped case flank and the conical bezel, there is no trouble pulling a dress cuff or a shirt sleeve or a suit sleeve up and over this case. Now from lug to lug, it has a good span without being small or large. 44.5 is traditional in size, and this watch is traditional in its aesthetic. Now the white gold ensures that it has a nice heft to it. When you feel it in the hand, it satisfies. When you feel it on the wrist, this is not going to create the swatch effect whereby the watch is so light that you forget it's there. It has that reassuring tug of a precious metal, again, without being overbearing. You'll also note that Audemars Piguet used very close drilled lugs and curved spring bars to create a very coherent and integrated aesthetic. You'll note almost no daylight visible between the case and the flanks of the strap. Beautifully done. The strap is surprisingly substantial, lightly bolstered down the center, rectangular scale alligator leather. It features a subtle gray contrasting stitch, beautiful and supple calfskin on the underside, and a simple, polished, easily adjustable, and traditionally profiled Audemars Piguet signed white gold pin buckle. Now the timepiece itself features a case that's more nuanced than it appears at first glance. You can see the satin finish of the flanks as well as the flanks of the lugs themselves, contrasting with the polished hoods of the lugs and the bezel. Now there's great contrast going on here, but there's also a sensuous profile that surprises if you only look at the watch from head on. You might miss just how beautifully arced those case flanks are. It's a surprisingly thoughtful design effort from Audemars Piguet in what is basically a simple automatic watch. The case design and finish, anything but simple and all hand wrought. Now the dial, beautifully made. There's a guilloche dimpled cut around the center dial that frames vertical striations, rose lathe cut, all applied hour stylized Roman numerals, and I say stylized because you can see all of high polish in white gold like the foy style leaf hands at center and the case. It also includes a watchmaker's or clockmaker's 4 at 4 o'clock, outboard seconds or minutes flanking each one of the individual stations of the hours, and the hands are incredibly graceful. They have a nice loft and barrel curvature to them, beautifully polished, and of course a lancet seconds hand with a frame to the date to separate it visually from the plane of the dial. Now you'll also note on the case back, this is an in-house caliber. This F series features the Audemars Piguet caliber 3120 40 joules. You can see it's got the heart of a sports watch. This movement was designed with the Royal Oak offshore in mind, but formal watch elegance first and foremost. And when I talk about the Royal Oak offshore, I'm talking about the free-sprung balance on a dual-anchored balance bridge, both features enabling superior attenuation of shock or vibration, less likely to deviate from timing, less likely to lose the watchmaker set regulation. There's a beautiful engraved golden winding mass featuring the coats of arms of the Audemars and Piguet family, respectively. Still in control of the company, Audemars Piguet remains the largest family-owned independent watch brand in Switzerland. And you'll note the standard of finish is a decided step up from Audemars Piguet's previous modified Jaeger-LeCoultre calibers. Also, because AP wanted to avoid awkward unidirectional winding rotor wobble, they use a bidirectional winding system, so there's never any wobble. You can barely feel or hear the rotor, and to make up for the loss of unidirectional winding efficiency, Audemars Piguet uses unlubricated ceramic rotor bearings For long life durability, not just long life, but sealed for life, they significantly reduce the maintenance requirements of the watch. Now, other refinements include a 55 to 60 hour power reserve, far superior to the industry standard of 42, and when you pull the onion-style vintage-inspired crown, you'll note that the watch features hacking seconds, such that you can pull the crown, stop the balance, synchronize precisely to a known accurate reference time, push the crown back in as soon as your reference is synced up to your watch, and now the watch continues to beat away at its stately vibration rate of 21,600 vibrations per hour. The watch also features a quick set function for the date, so you can rapidly correct it should it run down or encounter an irregular length month. Now, while discussions of a first fine watch or an only fine watch invariably stray towards some sort of steel Rolex, dare to be different. If the means support, this is the best possible point of entry to high horology, to Swiss watchmaking, and to fine timepieces. You can see it and buy it on our website.